Hey, it's Sam Banner from Little Restraints. We're here down here at the King's School down at Pennant Hills, and we're doing some work for the Lundy Building Group, and they've got a Ford Ranger Super Cab. And this is off the rank. When you come to the Super Cabs and the Fords, they used to come out with the anchor points in the Ford Ranger Space Cabs or King Cabs. Well, they don't anymore. They've actually taken all the anchor points out. So what we're going to do is I've already started the job pulling out the actual back of the trim out. And so we have to remove the headrest. Okay, we've got to put the holes through there, and we're going to put what we call a DCA. That's a DCA strap type device that goes up the back window there. The only device that goes into the vehicle. Now, it's important to note that when you're choosing a seat, you've got to make sure, because with the base seats here, we've got the base seats, and you can see these base seats when they're in, and you can see on the plastic there, we've got to make sure that those seats, when you're putting a child seat in there, you're going to have to at least 60% of the child seat sitting on the base of the seat there. And generally most seats are, we're going to use a graphene. In this case, he's got a capsule. We're going to see how that's going to work. I did trial it out before I actually pulled it all apart. It does sit over about 70 to 80% of the base seat sitting on there. So we're going to get into the job. We're going to see how we go, and we'll catch you a little bit later on. I want to show you what I've done, putting a DCA dual cab Anchorage device in it. I know it says dual cab, even though it's a space cab or a king cab, it's doable. So I've read on the job, here it is here. That's the DCA, that's your loading point, that's your anchor point. Loading anchor point. So you press those two buttons there, lift it up, strap goes in, hooks up into there. There are videos on our other page on how that all works, but the guy's got a capsule in here. One thing I want you to mention is when we're doing car seats, especially in space cabs, it's important to note that your seat has to have at least 60% of the seat has to be on the base of the seat. And as you can see here, it has an overlap, but that's nearly 80% of that seat is actually sitting on the base there. But he's deciding to change that because he's only going to give himself a graphene. Because I've asked him to get a graphene, it's a better seat to sit in there, because the capsule ain't going to work too well by tensioning it up. So we've put this together for him. But if you're running with a Ford Ranger, and note that the Ford Rangers and the BT50s actually before 2020, in the space cabs, they actually came out with anchor points. They don't anymore. So as 2020 onwards, they've taken out the anchor points, and it does require an engineer's report. I'll show you how to use a DCA in a space cab or dual cab. So here's the strap. This is one, you've got a strap with a capsule. It's not a rocket science one, this one. It's quite easy to use. So let me show you how all this works. Now, on the end of every car seat, you've got this tether strap, like the ankle hook. So on the DCA, so you depress the two buttons, lift it up. That's your loading point, that's your anchor point. Strap comes up through, straight up, hooks up. Now, whether you've got a capsule or a car seat with the Y straps, it's best always having a seat with the Y straps. In other words, not a single strap through the back of the seat, a Y strap, and you bring them both in there, lock them in there. Now, depress them, lock them in. That's your loading point. There's your anchor point there. I hope that's been helpful. You can always catch me on the next video.